All right, I'm going to take a shot working on this. This is the igniter. Well, it's like a pilot. So I think I'm going to pull these two screws, unhook this and its mating end down here, and just make sure it's all cleaned out. I don't know. It seems to me the spark is sufficient, like where it's at. We got to find that out. So I'm going to go get my screwdriver. I forgot that part. So hopefully where I'm sitting, this bucket is still compatible with the camera. So hopefully I have a wrench that's small enough to fit this. That looks like the right size. So that's a 5/16. Maybe I will loosen these up and take them out before I actually unscrew those Phillips. Seems like it might be the right way. I'm sure these are just little flare fittings. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. There we go. Got that one. Alright, so let's see. Try not to bend or damage either side of those. So, just so we can see, the end that goes into the regulator side is kind of a flat end. This one's brass that goes into the pilot end. Interesting. So I don't have compressed air. It's a little bit problematic. I'm going to set that to the side. All right, now let's take this off and see what happens. I feel like this will be the whole assembly with the igniter coming out. But we'll find out. It looks like it's all moving together. And the heat obviously affects these screws because they're kind of almost like they're that one seems captive. Interesting. The other one isn't, for whatever reason. Alright, so here we are. All that is a little... It's not exactly what I expected. So, this is the thermocouple that has to get heated from this. This is the igniter. And I just don't know if there's an orifice in here. It's pretty small. And if I loosen this screw here, it could change the positioning of everything. So I'm wondering if I can measure this somehow with something. Like right now, this little wrench is about the distance between the igniter. You can't get it to pass through. But I do need to take this off if I'm going to get this piece off and kind of blow it out or whatever's going to happen there. I imagine this orifice is probably slightly fouled up, would be my guess. So I'm hoping maybe I can fix that. All right. And the distance here, the thermocouple is just a little bit wider than actually this gets wider, so let's say this India wrench, can't get it past the between the I and the D. Let's see if we can remember that. So hopefully got that recorded, so I can play it back. So here we go. We're going to loosen this puppy up. Try to. See what happens to all of this. So take this out. So this slides out. That kind of has a pocket that it seems to sit in. So maybe same with the igniter. It actually, so all that work about worrying about distance, there's really no adjustment on that. It's working, it's working. If it's not, it's not. So may need to order this part. 3357, and then it has a 1.8. So I have to see if maybe we can, forget what brand this thing is. I'll have to see if we can find that. So I just kind of blew out the vent. Well, I just popped the orifice out. That I did not expect. So this little orifice just popped out of there, which is interesting. I did not realize that would happen. So that orifice literally goes on top of this, like a little top hat. I don't know if that's a replacement part or not, but that's interesting. You can get air to go through it by blowing on it. Just set that there. And since that's out of there, can we make sure it's all clear? I mean, I shine the light up through. I don't know if you can see that. I can shine the light up through it, and I don't see any obstructions. Air seems to move through pretty well. Well, I don't have much else to do but put it back together. So the question is, can I get it back with that in, or do I need, I probably have to put that in after. Alright, so let's reverse the process. Thermocouple sat like that. The igniter sat like that. Pretty self-explanatory with the way this is set up. So I don't really need this whole housing, I don't think. If I need anything, I need the tighten that down. Let's just make sure those are seated in there. If anything, I just need that orifice, that little top hat piece. I mean, the other thing is it could be the igniter cable has gotten old. I don't know. I would think this thing would, I don't know, maybe there's a coil in here that you got to replace to make a better spark. I don't really have a good finger on that pulse. So that. I'm curious. I have this, you can see this is where the pipe goes, the gas pipe goes in. So for better or for worse, I'm gonna turn this on and just see if I get any gas coming out of here. I'm sure I do. Yeah, I hear it there. So all that seems to flow pretty good. Well, I shall put the orifice top hat on this piece and gingerly try to get it into place correctly. I'll snuggle both of these up together. That one's going in pretty good. This one, feels a lot snugger, but I don't remember it being too many turns to undo it, but let's see. I know in the gas fireplace in the bunkie, when I've loosened these tubes up, you gotta snug them up pretty good because you don't want any gas leaking around there, but you also have to be careful because it's all aluminum or lightly. You don't want to strip anything. It's a bit touchy. Oh, I think I'm loosening. Isn't good. Well, I'm going to turn my light off so I can see the spark better. Turn the button back on. That came right on. Came right on. Maybe that's all it needed, was a little bit of TLC. I like how that looks. Guess we'll give it some time. See if we get results. There you have it. Dave's hot water heater repair 101.